So reading some of the comments from, our last couple of posts up there, and one in particular about is Die Hard, a Christmas movie, and one comment that came from G Pierce 11 says Die Hard is no less a Christmas movie than Home Alone, and no one argues that film isn't a Christmas movie. Not only are they both set at Christmas, but the circumstances of the film are specifically dependent on Christmas, a family holiday for Home Alone and a corporate Christmas party for Die Hard. So he was answering Garvin Butterfield earlier that says a movie is a Christmas movie if the plot is affected by Christmas. And Die Hard, the employees of the Nakatomi building are only there for a Christmas party, so the boomer is wrong. I think he was referring to you.
So they wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Christmas. John McClane wouldn't be in L.A. from New York if he wasn't coming for Christmas.
You're right. You're right.
So whoever this is, I don't know what he's a Gen Z or X or whatever he is.
So now you're right. You just put a hole in that. A movie is a Christmas movie if the plot is affected by Christmas. So the plot is affected because of the fact that John McClane had to come to LA. Those guys are pissed
because John was there. And they like, dude, who put the fly in the ointment? It's John McClane coming trying to get his wife back and his kid. Shoot,
hilarious.
That person. Matter of fact, his address proved itself to be wrong because it is affected by Christmas.
It's affected by Christmas. I agree. Now that he put that out there, I'm like, you're right. It is affected by Christmas.
It's affected by Christmas. Now, was it any kind of jolly? No, that's not what I was saying. But it is because everybody was in the Christmas spirit. Those guys, they was in the Christmas spirit too, because they said, "Oh, we can go rob them now because it's Christmas."
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're doing the true, hey, Christmas movie, I mean, didn't you just watch Elf? So that's a Christmas movie because it's based on Christmas, right?
Yeah, but
what about Bad Santa? Bad Santa is a Christmas movie,
Christmas
right?
movie too, and Bad Santa was really bad.
Bad Santa was very bad, so that's a Christmas movie for sure. But it's all good.
But Elf is like,
wait a minute, just because Christmas is in the thing doesn't make it a Christmas movie. The people watching every year at Christmas time, hi, I'm here.
Yeah, hey.
So finish that point. No, so what are you saying? It's your point, or you were just coming in hot?
If you're starting out with Trading Places as a Christmas movie, it's not a Christmas movie because you're not watching it at Christmas time. It just happens to have Christmas in it.
Well, hold on. Now,
you're too smart. We just finished that just now.
Wait, so I'm gonna back up just a little bit. So I was reading the comments from the last clip we did on this Die Hard, a Christmas movie. So the first guy goes, a movie is a Christmas movie if the plot is affected by Christmas. And Die Hard, the employees of the Nakatomi building are only there for a Christmas party. So the boomer is wrong. But what we just discussed was that John wouldn't be at the Nakatomi building.
John McClane wouldn't be there
for Christmas. You see what I'm saying?
So it's affected by Christmas. So they wouldn't be in there with the building closed down if it wasn't a Christmas party. So that guy, General X Z or whatever one he is, he's wrong because he stated himself. And the same thing with Trading Places.
Well, we had two very, very good points there, because the second guy who came after Garvin says not only are they both set at Christmas, but the circumstances of the film are specifically dependent on Christmas, a family holiday for Home Alone, and a corporate Christmas party for Die Hard. So now let's talk about Trading Places. Do any of those?
No, listen. They got Louis, Louis dressed up as Santa dude by the stuff. He's like, so you tell me that's not Christmas? You got to be kidding me.
But that's not the main plot of the movie. The main plot of the movie
We're not talking about the plot of the movie.
Like, what is the...
No, but it is... Yeah, I get that too. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is it had to have Christmas for all this to be going down like that.
They could have made that bet at any time. They were some old crotchety bastards.
But they didn't.
You don't know
so what you're saying
for the movie.
What you're saying is that Valentine, this movie could have been shot on Valentine.
No, because
it necessarily had to be doing with Christmas.
Snow in February. But that's not what I understand. But the fact that they shot it on the Christmas time makes it a Christmas movie. Because they didn't shoot it on Valentine's Day for Valentine. They didn't shoot it on the 4th of July. They did it during the Christmas season. Listen, Jim Belushi and the boys on the train, that Christmas party on the train was out of control. You don't get that unless it's Christmas. Harvey Joseph from, met that I remember that was so good. That was so good. But it's Christmas. It had to be a Christmas part of the train party. You can't do that without Christmas unless you're in Mardi Gras. And it wasn't Mardi Gras, it was Christmas. I
I
rest
think
my
he's a little
case.
passionate about that.
I
Don't
thought
worry.
about this a lot. I don't just throw stuff out there. I know you guys want to watch Elf for Christmas, make you feel good.
Well, I was made to watch I was made to watch Four Christmases the other day.
I watched Elf like twice in the last week or so. So
listen, there's
I'm
a
shocked.
whole running marathon of all the Christmas movies been happening for like the last 3 weeks at my house, and I don't
do touchy feel. I'd rather see some murder and mayhem on Christmas.
Oh, why you want to kill everything on Christmas?
I mean,
I'm a Grinch.
we threw Red One in there at one point, so I mean that wasn't touching.
Did anybody watch that?
No,
You watched that? Yeah, how was that with Uncle Bob?
Is that a Christmas music?
I wouldn't have watched it in the theater, but for Netflix, for an Amazon movie, yeah, it's fine. But I would not have paid money for it.
But
No,
Trading Places are classic, and the original Die Hard is a classic. So that's classic Christmas. 40 years old, 30 years old. Classic Christmas. I rest my case.
What's good
And no
about
matter
it?
whatever kind of Zen extra out there.
Look, let me just say, when I rewatched Die Hard last week, the movie still held up. I was
Of
like,
course it does. I watched it, was it last night or the night before? Because my friend had never seen the whole thing. So we watched it, the whole thing. And so it was like, yeah. Because, of course, I knew it line for line, so I was a bit of a nuisance, but still.
I like your homeboy. I like your homeboy from Family Matters. He was in it, boy. He was in that.
He was, yeah, dude.
Was he the friend? Who was he?
He was the cop. Remember, he was the flat-foot cop.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, we're back on Die Hard now. Yeah.
Because listen.
You know, the theory is he was so messed up that that character was so messed up by the events of that movie. He changed his name, moved to Chicago.
Yeah.
But listen, his performance in that movie made him a lot of money.
He sure did. Yeah. He was good in that movie. He was good.
Like I remember Bruce Willis goes, "Who's driving this car? Stevie Wonder?" Then he throws the body down. Merry Christmas, I shooting. That's a classic. Anyway, it's just me. I'm sorry. But
so the guy who played Argyle was Devereaux White.
He was good.
Yeah. What about all right, one last thing I want to touch over, because it always makes me happy to see this when that sleazy news reporter goes to her house, talk to the kids and stuff, and tells them they get deported.
That was cool and unusual. Are you I'll call INS, you let me talk to him.
Yeah. And
so the end of the movie was the best part. We're going to use that. What do you think? Was she
pop him?
She popped in the nose. It was a classic because he's such a jerk. But anyway, he was more like a paparazzi than a news guy.
He was more of a paparazzi, yeah. All right, moving on.
He was like Inside Edition before Inside Edition was the thing. He was that kind of guy.
Inside Edition, when the guy was running with the VHS tape recorders and stuff.
Yeah,
back in the day, dude.
Yeah, that part. Yes.
Oh, and what's the other? On TMZ too, they guys just running around. They're the
same thing, just running around.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. A, go ahead and give us an official intro so we can get into the rest of this. It's gonna be a quick one today.
Welcome to Late Nights Podcast. Okay, yeah, I told you we were doing the last one. But okay, this is the last one for the year. Promise. It won't be.
Well, maybe. Well, you speak for yourself. We might figure a way to do some more. Oh gosh,
man!
What's next Tuesday? I have no idea.
2025.
6. Why? What's happening next?
Oh no, my bad. My math is not that good. You're correct. I apologize.
Oh, he's trying to get one more in. Trying to get one more in. He doesn't want this year to end.
Well, this year's been pretty decent for a liquor. So I like what we've been able to do.
Good for your brother over there. I see you. He all happy and stuff. Don't have that Grinch on his face every time I see him, and just
which one? Which one? Got to the?
I'm talking to you.
No, he's talking about you.
He's talking about you.
He just told me I had a grumpy look when we came on.
Well, I think you had a sourpuss because you were trying to set up your stuff, but that's okay. We'll get to that later. Anyway,
I didn't say that.
No, I was talking
about you. Called.
I did. I called him.
Nice
I called him out. But now he's having. Look at him smiling. Look, you see his pearly whites and everything.
So we got the fun stuff out of the way. We're going to do quick tribute because yesterday, news broke that Jimmy Carter had passed away in hospice.
100 years old.
100 years old.
Well, since basically, I can't say I'm a contemporary, but I know that I was around. I was in college and stuff during his presidency and stuff like that. So and it's just a guy. What he did, he had a lot of people would say because he only had served one term, and the reason he lost the 80 election, I don't want to get into this too much politics. I won't do that. But what this guy did after the fact, you know what I mean? From 1980 to now, it's nobody can touch that. The contributions he made. Plus, okay, the guy was a Napoli, he's a naval officer, a submariner. Because when he first was introduced him to us in the 70s, like the peanut farm and stuff like this guy was trust me, he's a military guy. He's a naval guy. His stuff, his credentials, it's impeccable. You know what I mean? But he also did a lot of great things as president. And I know now it's a new thing back in the news now about the Panama Canal, but he's the one to make the deal to give the Panama Canal back to the Panamanians, which was probably the thing to do in 1997. Yeah, he agreed to do it. It happened 10, 11 years later. They agreed to in the 70s, but then handover was in 90s. They gave it 20 years, I think, the handover. He had the first, Andrew Young was like the first like black person, like he was ambassador to the United Nations. Because people who don't Andrew Young, he was a young disciple of Martin Luther King, who eventually became the mayor of Atlanta, the ATL boys and girls, Andrew Young. So the guy did some wonderful thing. Now he got, because of the way he was, what did he, Camp David Accord with Arafat and Israel? They did that. So he politically did a lot of things, but people, because the guy wasn't like a snake oil type of guy, they have this, but you cannot discount what he's done since then. Habitat of Humanity, the things that the Carter Center has done. It's incredible. I was talking to a friend of mine who was a retired Navy guy also. I said, this guy, they would forget about the part thing he's done there. And we started looking, we were texting back and forth and looking and showing each other different things. Yeah, this person he made a mark on his country and lived that long. His wife, who passed a year or so ago, was a few years younger than him. They were something, man. I'm telling you. This guy is the reason he's the longest living president, because what he was bringing to us, what needed to be to the country. I'll put it like that. So anybody else had anything else? I know I kind of babble a little bit. So, but I respect the guy, always did. You know?
Nice.
And so,
I think the circumstances, the economy got him, but I think his post-presidency, no one has had a better post-presidency. He himself built about 5,000 homes for Habitat for Humanity, but Habitat for Humanity blew up because of him being involved with them. They've built millions of homes across the planet. The Carter Center has brokered peace, has monitored elections, has,
hundreds of thousands of elections. I was reading about stuff today. But even the economy, we had already kind of, the Nixon years and the Ford years, just nothing you really could do about that in the middle 70s. The embargo, because again, I'm a product of that. So the oil embargo for 1973 kind of put us in a tough situation when the gas went from being like, I was laughing with somebody the other day, at Christmas with my family. We were telling the younger people how the gas was 20, 30 cents a gallon back in those days when we were coming through high school and stuff like that, and college. And then all of a sudden it jumped up. It jumped up because of the oil embargo. So when Carter came in, that was happening. Wasn't a lot he can do about that. OPEC was just forming. The Iranians kicked the Shah out of Iran, and Shah was the U.S.'s partner. So there was a lot of stuff going on politically that he had no control of it. So it was interesting time. I would just put it like that. But the guy, no matter what, all the naysayers about him, his body of work is impeccable. You can't really touch that if you actually go and read and understand what somebody does. This man made a contribution in this country. He's an icon, huh? He's bigger than that. That's just me saying. Anyway, rest in peace, James Earl Carter, President James Earl Carter, huh?
In the Lion State Capitol, funeral set for the 9th, I believe. Well, funeral in Washington set for the 9th, but he's going to be buried in Plains.
So Joseph Robinette Biden is going to be still president at that time.
He will still be president.
Very good.
How many ex-presidents? Most of the other ex-presidents will, I assume, show up.
They all will be there. But this guy, they all will be there. You cannot do that. What this person, what he's done, everybody will be there. Even the president-elect will be there. And I'm not a gambling guy, but I bet some money on that.
Anyway, we're moving on.
Well, we're not talking about that. I'm just talking about this particular person and what he's done in this country. Anyway, go do some reading. Mm-hmm. And not you, I'm just saying in general. Mm-hmm. All right.
People.
So much.
So we're heading into that new year. A lot of parties, I guess, getting ready to pop off for people. I don't know anything about that. But I guess is your boy coming to town?
Shaq is gonna be New Year's Eve DJing down on Amateur Works in Los Angeles. Did I say Los Angeles? Sorry.
This man don't went back to LA.
My new home. Stop it.
The new LA.
Well, people call it like they call it like Manhattan with palm trees and stuff like that. So anyway, this is
Manhattan with palm trees.
Also, we turn around. They're moving NBA teams in there. Listen, that's all we need.
I'm lobbying for that right now. Let's be clear about that. Anybody, one of my fellows said, "No, we need an NBA team." I said, "You correct."
Well, you put an NBA team down there, it's over.
Yeah.
I'm there all the time.
Yeah, because
season tickets.
When the year during COVID,
is it easier for you to get down there than it is to get across town to the one in Orlando?
I'd rather go to Tampa.
Wow.
Just putting it out there like that. Look,
the year that the Raptors played here during COVID, it was nice, though.
I bet. So Shaq DJing at Amateur Works, boy, it's gonna be lit down.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit. So because they're gonna have the fireworks on the river because it's the river. So the fireworks here from where I live it's always great right here by the hospital and Jackson's and American Social. And you just take the river around to Amateur Works, like maybe a mile, half mile, and that open space out there. You've been to Amateur Works, haven't you?
Yes,
it's gonna be nice. Him and some other guy, I forget his name right now. They're gonna light it up. That's after the game tomorrow, the on New Year's Eve, the Lacrosse Bowl with Michigan and Alabama, because they're all here. I see all these little jock guys and little college football guys. They're around. I see a couple.
Man, why you dismiss the other guy? Who's the other guy Shaq performing with? Shaq and this other guy.
You don't even know.
I did, but I forgot. Somebody cooked something.
What?
You guys are faster than your fingers.
No, we don't need to look it up while we're on here. We'll look it up later.
Then why you want to shame me out like that?
Shaq's the headliner.
Shaq the headliner.
Of course, Shaq is the headliner. Boo Cook or Bob Cook or something like that.
Boo Cook.
What do I know?
DJ Boo Cook.
Thanks for clowning me. Okay, that's all good.
All right, moving on.
Anyway, he's going to be in Tampa. He's not going to be in Atlanta. We're going to be doing. Even though I know he's domiciled there, he's going to be here. Anyway. What?
The last thing, just going into New Year, just because this kind of, you gave us that article, that YouTube video for that guy talking about do some goal setting. And it kind of made me think about, starting to think about goals for 2025, not resolutions, because I hate resolutions. Resolutions are dumb. But I do like the idea of.
Well, you can't say that. You might hurt somebody's feelings. We're sensitive in this country right now. So
goal setting. My thing is too, you could touch on this in a second, but I after I read that article as well, I was like, well, why wait until January? Just start now. Yeah. So just start now. My goal is now. And so just start putting stuff together now. So what'd you take away from that?
No, it got me down a rabbit hole because then I started looking at some other stuff in terms of like, bullet journaling or, getting some kind of, so now I'm trying to think about, because I know I need a reorganize.
Bullet journaling.
Journaling.
I thought you said something else. No, that.
Well, you know what? We're on the same. We're on the same page because I actually branded some bullet journaling documents that I'll throw on the Oliver Network so you guys can download for free. Because after that article, I went and made a bunch of different ones to help people get organized. For the upcoming time, the upcoming year, a way to set your goals and stuff. So I put a full packet together of just different ways that you can get yourself organized, bullet points, affirmations, that whole thing, checklist. So I'll put the link up on our website so you can just go download it for free. I think it'll help you get organized. I mean, just something to throw out there.
Yeah, it's just I like the idea because I do. There's a lot of big goals I want to do, but it's kind of talking about breaking it up. So maybe talk about quarterly. Maybe not trying to do everything, because when you see the big list, you get kind of overwhelmed. Yeah, like it's like I got so much here. But if you're trying to as with anything, you break it up into parts, break it up into seconds, break it up into smaller pieces. This week, this month, this quarter. So I like that, and so that's what I'm really starting to work on this week. Is gonna reset for that.
Look at that, man.
2025.
Man, taking the article to heart and actually gonna implement it. I like that. I like it a lot.
New me in my old age.
New me. His new name is New Me.
New me.
I heard.
Speaking of the pass out.
Yeah, speaking of New Me, I heard somebody finally watched Gladiator 2.
Really? You can go out like that.
This man is the biggest Denzel Washington fan that I know, and he just watched the movie.
You know, I took it. The movie's still in the theater. I got it, and I watched
he
it
paid
twice
for it.
already.
Yeah.
So what you think?
I liked it.
So in comparison to the first, I know the first was iconic. It was great. I still think Gladiator 2, between Pasquale, between Denzel, between all the actors that was in it, I thought it was spot on. And the way they brought some of those characters back.
No, they did. But the thing about, okay, so the thing that makes it different, the first Gladiator, because I have seen certain movies based on the quote unquote Roman Empire before, because in 2000, when 04 when it came out, something like that, maybe in 2000, whatever it was, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So the technology they had at that time made it groundbreaking. It was just, right? So now this one, they had more stuff. They had more to work with it, so they could integrate the new characters and the mother and I thought it was good. Now, the only thing I didn't care for in the beginning of the movie is the wife, the archer. They only had one female archer. Why you have so? If she's gonna be an archer and die, why do you have more females in it? That's the only female they show. We're not that dumb. They don't give us a break here. You know what I mean?
That's what you took away. Got it. 10
No, I enjoyed it. I'm just saying sometimes I was looking at different because and to me, it's still the first one was bad, but this one still went enough black people in it because there was black people all over those areas back in those days.
Yeah, but they found a way to put sharks in it.
Oh, that was But no, the best thing was the rhino. The rhino. Was
the rhino. The rhino.
But
but
the party. Hey, listen, you remember that party when they were shaving the rhino's horn?
Yeah.
Because they sell the rhino's horn for aphrodisiac and stuff. So they were shaving the rhino's horn. But I'm like, wait a minute. The guy who's the main guy speaking, I forget him. I've seen him in a lot of movies. The big black dude. We didn't even show him fighting. And then just give himself up in the arena. So I had a few issues with that kind of stuff.
A few issues. I got you.
But the movie on itself, because Denzel was a diabolical dude, man.
He's diabolical, man. He was diabolical. He played that role.
And the two sick emperors, because I read about them.
Yeah.
They actually two characters. They were out of control. Them
boys, them brothers were insane. Them boys. Them boys. I was
they've been pampering all their life, and they were just out of control.
What's wrong with them boys?
But no. Here's the go. The opening scene with the Roman ships coming up to Numidia. Because listen, another thing, if you're Numidia, it should have been 90% black folks on the walls or something. Because that's Numidia. But that's just me. Okay, because I'm a semi, historian and stuff. Okay, so but the ships was just awesome. And then they launching those projectiles and stuff. That was good. So that was way better than the first one. That kind of stuff like that. It was just incredible. So I enjoyed it. I had to be like Mr. A. I could be a little bit critical and stuff. Be like him. So that's what I did. Anyway, but it was.
But I will tell you though, because watching because I did watch it again as well, and then I went down another rabbit hole because I went straight into Safe House right after that because I was on the Denzel kick.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, I forgot how good Safe House was.
Safe House is a very good movie. I saw it in the theater, and I've seen it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times since then. So he's, tubing frost.
I was like, okay.
Somebody was saying, who's saying what's the best Denzel movies? Denzel's done, all of his work is good. I think Lonzo is probably his best guy.
Lonzo was. You know what? This guy has such acting chops to be able to go from the villain to the heroes to the teachers to the this, to the secret agent.
He had to be a villain to get. Didn't he win the Oscar for being Lonzo?
Yeah.
The guy was good. So Ethan Hawke says. So when we go into the office, you're in the office. He dropped that Monte Carlo.
So for you, Training Day is the best one for you.
Well,
that's Denzel for you.
It's killer. But Man on Fire, it's up there, way up there too.
Man on Fire is up there.
So
I was gonna go this weekend. I'm going all the way back. I'm going back. I'm going.
I watched Man on Fire not too long ago because after the movie that came out with he and because what's the little girl Dakota Fanning was in Equalizer 3 with him. So I went back and watched Man on Fire because they collaborated first. 20-some years later, she's a woman now, and she was in it with him, which is very, very good. So it's a lot. And so
it's a lot.
people don't do American Gangster credit because you don't see it that much.
Oh yeah, no, but it lives on because I bought it. I actually bought the digital on Apple, and it lives on my iPad. So American, every time I just want to get to a couple of scenes or something, I'll pull up American Gangster and just go straight to certain scenes just to get in the mood.
Here's the question: Who's seen Flight?
I have not seen Flight.
I was just about to ask you about that. I've seen parts of Flight.
I have not seen Flight.
I haven't seen all the way through.
Okay.
Listen, he's got a whole bunch of. I haven't seen Magnificent Seven. I've
seen that 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Because the remake of the old, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel the cowboy, but Flight is the character he plays has some issues and stuff. He's a hero. He's almost like an anti-hero in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because the plane crashed. You know the story. The plane crashed, and he's an Atlanta pilot.
Right.
But he did some miracle stuff. So watch it. Then he's got problems at home. It's a human interest type story too, but it's very good. Flight is like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
now,
my list.
Now, I was trying to get, quickly before I do this, I was talking to my niece and my sister about it. So they don't care for Flight because they see Denzel as some other kind of guy. They want to see him as a flawed man. I said, you got to watch it. What's wrong with you guys? This is a couple of years ago I was telling about Flight. Well, I don't know if I like that with Denzel. I said, you want him to be all these church-going movies he play all the time, that kind of stuff.
Like one church-going movie. Like one movie.
I never seen it, so that's just me. Anyway, so Book of Eli.
Yeah, so here's my list for this weekend. We're doing Book of Eli. I'm doing Fallen again, and I'm doing
Fallen scares me. I can't watch.
I love Fallen. I mean, come on, man. Fallen. I'm all in for Fallen, man.
Fallen again. It's Fallen scares me. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Fine.
No, it's good, but I'm saying it's so creepy. The thing about
it's creepy. It is creepy, but it was good.
Good. I know it's good.
And then my other one that I have on the list for this weekend is Deja Vu because I can't remember
that one too, dude.
I can't remember it. That's my problem. I can't remember it.
Well, some happy ones he did, like Mighty Quinn,
Crimson Tide.
Well, Crimson Tide is intense. I've seen it so many times because I love submarine movies. So that
Well, if you want to spend 3 hours watching something intense, then just watch Malcolm X.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I
started at the theater, and I've seen it a couple times since then.
Yeah. You know what? And then one thing I forgot, and I don't know how big his role was in it, because I couldn't even find the movie for a long time, because I know it was back in the early 80s or mid 80s or something like that. It was a Soldier Story with that.
Well, Soldier Story, I've seen it. I saw that at the theater. And it's based on a play. And the main character in the story was the guy that passed away. He used to be in gosh.
He was in The Color Purple, which you didn't watch, but yes.
I saw Color Purple at the theater.
Oh, okay.
Danny Glover?
No, not Danny Glover.
No.
The guy was on Mr. Tibbs in the TV series.
Yeah.
He passed away some years back.
Adolph Caesar.
No, Adolph Caesar not. It's a little guy. I'm talking about a tall, 6'5" black guy. Caesar's a little light-skinned man about
he was the one that was in
8.
He was in Color Purple. That's who I thought you were talking about. Okay, never mind then.
Anyway, Soldier Story it's really very good though.
Yeah, Soldier Story was a good movie. But yeah, so you can watch Denzel forever in all these movies, man. I mean, just amazing acting chops. And the fact that he's talking about retiring in a couple years.
Remember the Titans?
He's older than me, man.
Remember the Titans? Get you some sports.
I never seen that one. I don't have any intent of watching.
I saw that one.
That's a good movie, though.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie,
though.
Fine.
That's a good movie.
He's a good coach. You gotta always do a coach movie, man. He's
Inside Man.
Well, you can't forget The Bone Collector.
No.
Angelina Jolie.
Bone Collector, Pelican Brief, all this kind of stuff he's gonna do. The man is. Oh,
look at look at us giving Denzel some praises, some flowers while he's here.
Howard Rollins was the guy we were talking about that passed away.
Oh, okay.
He did a lot of good work, but for whatever reason he passed at a young age. But it's just he did one that most people don't talk about. It's based on an LA attorney. It's called Roman Israel Esquire. If you've never seen it, because it's a different kind of
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, the one thing I just can't wait to see what they're going to do with him. And Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah, I'm going ahead and say it.
Since he wasn't supposed to tell you.
Since he supposed to spill that bean.
Well, I want to see him playing Hannibal.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be out before then. So
yeah, that will be out.
Which will be out before?
Hannibal will be out.
Because they're already shooting that. They've been, that's because I heard about it a couple of years ago. Anyway, so Denzel's our guy.
Yep.
I'm glad they finally put a man because he was like one of the main characters in Gladiator 2 too. So even though what's got Dijon Hansu was pretty big in the first Gladiator.
Mhm.
But he was always like it made almost like a buddy movie in one sense. Dijon.
All right, let's do the sports, guys. Let's get the sports ball out the way, real quick. But we're going to talk about the greatest sports event of the week was the Beyonce Bowl. now a separate special on Netflix.
Is it?
Well,
Yeah.
yes, the Cowboys. Look, that's part of her Netflix deal, man. The Cowboy Carter got 20 mil for that.
Dude, because they, the ratings. I'm not the ratings, but the audience bumped up another 3 or 4 million.
Yeah, just for the halftime, they bumped up.
They said 27 million people watched the halftime for that.
I know y'all cousin like
total of 65 million.
Maurice like. Say you would come back and watch the Beyonce because he's from Houston. He lives in Houston now. He's like, oh man, okay, fine.
He what? He said what?
They were supposed to come see, but he was at another family gathering.
Okay.
He wasn't coming to after halftime because I see Beyonce.
You got to watch Beyonce.
Gotta watch Beyonce.
Listen, I got Beyonce on at my house. Nobody was even watching sports.
I don't know who
Beyonce's
Beyonce is, but I'm just too old for it, I guess.
But
I remember from Destiny's Child.
Boomer.
I am a boomer. Anything else you want to add to that?
She did. Listen, that performance, was layered because she always put some layered stuff.
Yeah.
So you already know it was. It was. So
well, you was blasting stuff. I saw you blasting, so I knew you was having a great time.
Well, he was because of him. He reminded me because I forgot. I was in the kitchen doing something, and all of a sudden I got the text from him. I was like, oh my God, I had to run back. So I rewinded it a little bit so I could catch it from the beginning. And then of course, as it's going through, you got Post Malone, Shabuzi. And I'm like, she pulled out all the stuff. But the fact that she came in on that horse like that during that awesome. Tunnel.
Yeah, all that beginning is Juneteenth references to the first Juneteenth.
Yes. Yeah.
She brought a bunch of up and coming Black country singers from that area coming up in this who were performing on the side. Yeah, she did all that. And the only thing people going to kind of talk about is the bang thing at the end, which was the least important thing. That was the least important thing.
Yeah, and that's all they had to find something to talk about because, they didn't want her. Yeah, they didn't want her in the country music scene anyway. And then
country music is
you ain't got to tell us.
She's a best-selling. She had the best-selling country album of the year. Yeah. She got no royalties from scene.
That's okay.
Yeah, of course,
okay. She got the royalties.
She solidified herself in it, so it's all right with me. Mm-hmm. It's all right with me.
and country may still not be for everybody, but she said, "This is what I knew from coming up, and this is what we're doing." And I thought it was an amazing performance. They had that full band. I want to know who that band was because that was
that band, that HBCU. Play, it was HBCU. Hey, you got to be also happy that there were no glitches.
Yeah. So I was going to get to that. So both those games. Smooth as butter.
Well, Netflix went all out when he took everybody's money on the Tyson fight with what's his name. I've said that before. They used that to make sure they got everything right. This time that was not because the first game, which I watched most, I was going back and forth between between the Knicks game and then the first game with the Chiefs and who they played, which they beat. But anyway, there was nothing. There was no glitches, all clean. I mean, no buffering at all.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and we were at Airbnb, and so when and so hey,
the internet's probably not fast at that.
Yeah,
and the town y'all were in
doing some bootleg
we were at
fire sticks in there.
I know where you were. You don't have to say it. I know exactly where you were. But it's also notorious that Airbnb people won't put in fast internet because
I get it.
But it's all good. It's all good. But no, that was a good performance. I don't remember anything about the football game anymore because after that was it.
Well, so the games themselves are controversial. They also blew. I'm going to throw it in. Not to throw it in, but those two games did blow out the numbers in comparing to the 5 NBA games that day.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Oh,
okay.
These were the best. This Christmas, those games did best. So you can be NFL all you want to, but that's fine. No, Christmas for the NBA was just everybody's happy. Everybody made cheese.
Well, everybody's happy. Everybody made money that day. Everybody made money.
Everybody. So what's this blow out the number type of crap you're talking about? So that
the numbers I saw said 5.2 million per game.
But so we're not the NFL. We're the NBA.
The NBA games. Okay.
Yeah, NBA games. Right. The five Christmas.
These are the best shown on Christmas in the last 5 years.
Did you watch the animated part?
I did not. How was that? Did you see any of it? I mean, what did it look like?
I clicked. It looked like the Simpsons one they did for the football. It's cute. It's fine. They're doing a lot of work to make it real time. And depending on who's taking a shot,
Lakers Warriors
they'll
game,
take LeBron out and put Mickey in for a minute. It's fine. It's fine.
the primetime game.
It was perfect.
Because my buddy told me he was at South Beach. He said, "Dude, I was in the South Beach. Well, for the Lakers Warriors, which is primetime, the 8 o'clock game, primetime. It was awesome, and it was a good game, which the Lakers won on last second layup. The ratings was out of control. Everybody's good. We're not competing with the NFL. They shouldn't even be on Christmas anyway. It's just my take on that. But so don't start me on that. I agree with LeBron saying Christmas belongs to the NBA. Anyway, I'm good with it.
2 more seasons of it. That's all. Can't we all just get along?
Wow.
In between our turkey and our hams.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, NFL, we're still talking about that. The late game last night was I watched the game last night with the Falcon Commander, which could got both teams had rookie quarterbacks. It was a great game, dude. They went to overtime. It was just insane. They got Daniels and a kid named McNiss or something like Nixon. It was great. They're both young black dudes.
Bo Nix.
Yeah. Not Bo Nix. Is it Bo Nix?
Not Bo Nix. No, not Bo Nix. Sorry.
But the game was really good, dude.
I
watched the Packers and the Vikings game, which with the Packers just shoot that up too. Any Packers fan someplace? My bad. I didn't mean to say that.
Division. Eagles win.
No, you guys are a bunch of Cowboy fans who got their head.
What?
No.
No.
What's wrong with you?
No. Them playoff dreams for them been over.
They're done. I was
writing the Ravens.
Listen, I should have noted to Clint. You didn't see that thing I said to Clint last week when the Cowboys were eliminated from the playoffs last week. He was like, "Well, why don't you just keep it with your Lakers?" I said, "Well, we talking a little bit NFL right now. Your boys are out."
What about them Buccaneers?
Bucks had a great game yesterday.
They did have a good game yesterday. I watched a little bit of that game yesterday. I was like, wow, okay.
No, the Bucks are in there.
They're in the
They won the division.
They're in division? Okay.
The wild card so yeah, well they need to win one more game to do it. But they're not in the wild card race. If they win, they're in the division.
Yeah. Yeah, they blew out the Panthers yesterday, man.
Well, Panthers haven't been anybody since Michael Jordan put roots on them. Anyway, this
damn. All right,
let's get out of here, man.
What?
Let's get out of here before we say something we shouldn't.
I didn't say anything. What did I say? I was looking for.
What we got? Do it real quick. We'll do some college stuff real quick.
All right.
So Required Quest Bowl is on tomorrow. Alabama, Michigan at noon.
All right.
It's gonna be hot
tomorrow.
In Tampa, boys and girls.
In Tampa.
The place to be. Manhattan of the South. Huh?
The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl is tomorrow at 3:00 in Orlando, South Carolina, Illinois.
Okay. The cheese who?
Exactly. That's fine. But we missed the greatest bowl of the season. Pop-Tarts Bowl was this last weekend because that was just crazy. I don't know why. That's the most viral bowl game of them all that played in Orlando. Colorado got blown out last night in the Alamo Bowl. The boys are going to the NFL. They don't care. And then I didn't see any of it other than the fact that the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl is the best sounding name of bowl season.
Well, you yourself won Hawaii Bowl, so we're all in it.
In like 4, how many overtimes?
It was 5 overtimes. It was insane.
Yeah. Like, they just didn't want to leave. It was like,
and they were like 3 time zones away, so people still watching it. It's 6 hours away. So.
It's game's over. All the playoff games start tomorrow night.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, first playoffs on the 31st tomorrow. Penn State, Boise State in the Viarbo Fiesta Bowl. That's 7:30.
And in Arizona?
That is in Arizona and Glendale. And then on the 1st, we got the other 3 games. Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. This is Texas, Arizona State. That's 1:00. Ohio State, Oregon in the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all at 5.
The granddaddy. Ain't nothing like being down in Pasadena when that's going on. It's nice there. Traffic is terrible, but it's awesome, huh?
I'll be working, but I have the parade on because America. And then Notre Dame, Georgia closes out the night in the Superdome in New Orleans for the All-State Sugar Bowl, 8:45.
That's the Sugar Bowl?
That's the Sugar Bowl.
There'll be a lot of hammered people down there, huh?
It's not New Orleans. I ain't never been to New Orleans when I wasn't drunk. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Has anyone ever been to New Orleans when they weren't drunk?
So there's a game tonight. Detroit and San Francisco. That's the late game to Monday Night Football. Still the one more game.
I forgot it was Monday Night Football.
Yeah. No, Detroit's going to take them down, but I got this spot for me for Detroit because the Lions sucked for so long. So now they're Last couple of years been really well. Hey, I'm just sorry. Did I say that? I don't mean it mean.
You and Eminem, you've been riding for him.
I've never been to 8 Mile, so I have no idea about Eminem. So
he ain't been back since, so he's all right. Okay. He trying to get out.
Right. He said he ain't been back.
He ain't going back.
He hasn't been back.
That grandkid on the way.
I'm really partial to the 49ers, but I'll go along with Detroit because they're doing well right now. You know what I'm saying?
All right. That's it. That's the sports ball. That's the late nights. That's 2024. We'd like to thank you for listening.
Okay, fine. You sound
good.
It's been a good year. I'm just saying 2024 has been active, and I just think with regards to B for my time here.
Well.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't. You guys can preach. I don't do that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I wanted y'all to testify.
Tell them, brother.
We're going to be here next time.
Who you, Clefo Dollar? Huh? Huh?
Listen now.
Yes, I did. Come on, man. Oh, you like what's it called? Coming to America.
When you reach for the liquid late nights, you will be sanctified in this place. Good night. Be out. Peace.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Since preacher Mr. A, the preacher don't put us out there. All right.
Yeah.
Peace.
I'm looking for the stars.
Later.
You stop that, please.